church, the size of its budget, of the number of ministries or organizations that is a part of this church. One, you've heard the statement, one church, 2 or maybe 3 locations, one pastor. The number of worship services averaging 2 and 3 a day. Radio or TV ministries. And if we are not careful, we will see ourselves as insignificant, unimportant, and diminished in our own eyes. In other words, feeling like grasshoppers. Because what they have profiled before us as pastors and churches are not necessarily all that they say they are. For in the media-driven mega church, the pastor is known by his media images, given to him or her by those who have propped him up, propped her up. And what those that are closest to him or her says about him or her. But members don't really get to know that pastor. And that pastor doesn't get to know. Doesn't get to know his members. He just pastors the few at the top. While others, lesser pastors, pastor the people. The mega church pastor don't counsel. They don't visit hospitals. Get sick if you want to, you'll never get there. Doesn't take communion to anybody. Doesn't visit the jail. He does not even do his own research for his or her sermon. There's a hired staff that does that for him. They don't even drive themselves. And they have bodyguards that they call armor bearers. Don't try to get close to one. Let me make it clear to you, it's not about the fact that I think or I'm feeling badly because I'm not one. That has nothing to do with it. If it wasn't a shame before God, I would say I'm glad I'm not one, but I won't say that because I don't know what God has in store. But it is never a thing that I would wish for or try to become, because you don't get a chance to really get what God got for the pastor when he doesn't get a chance to really pastor the people. There's something good, rich, and wonderful when you can mingle with the people. You know, some of them great people, some of them kind of crazy. Some of them don't like it. Some of them roll their eyes, but that's okay. You get that rich experience of just getting in there with them and being real and allowing the people to be real. Oh, that's something good about that. That is the richness that no amount of money can give back to a pastor.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, it's rich. And it's wonderful.
Yes, sir.
I want you to understand that I just want you to get the point that the portrait of a real pastor is the one who pastors less than, I would say, 200 members. That's the average size of churches in America. They're not huge monstrosities that you have to walk a half a mile after you park your car. Wait on a shuttle bus to pick you up. And I'm really not down in them. It's good for those people who like to worship in anonymity, you know. It's good for those people who don't want anybody to know their name. It's good for those people who don't want anybody to hold them accountable and tell them about their stuff. They change their seats every Sunday. Nobody knows who they are. Come into one of our churches and sit in the wrong seat, and Sister Jones will get you up. David, that's my seat. Yeah, you need those kind of things. That's what makes you grow as a Christian. You don't really grow in these sterile situations where everybody is prompted. They know when to clap. They know when to stand. Yeah, they know when to say amen, you know. And if they don't know, they'll put it on the monitor. Make sure you get it right. And when the camera come on, they make sure that the red light is on. So you know the camera's coming to you. So if your neighbor is asleep, you better wake them up. But, you know, that church that has 200 or less members, they are that struggling church to pay their bills. That church that struggles to get the salary of the one or two people they can afford to have work in the church. They are struggling to do mission work. Yeah, these pastors don't mind counseling. They counsel everybody. Yeah, even the mailman stopped for counseling. The repair folks come work on the church. You have to, before you can get them to do the job, they got to talk to them. You got to counsel them. That's the kind of church I'm talking about. Yeah, they take communion around. They visit hospitals. They visit homes when people are sick. They do their own research too for their message. They develop them themselves. Sometimes they're not what they want them to be, but they get them through. They get them through. They don't have bodyguards. They don't have even the only companion that they move about the city is Jesus and the Holy Ghost. Sometimes they cry a lot too. They hurt a lot. They're lonesome. But the Lord is with them. They oftentimes are not appreciated by the ones whom they serve. Sometimes taken for granted. Disrespected. Falsely accused, abused, devalued, and poorly compensated. And sometimes even that with an attitude. But that is the nature of the small church pastor. Because you know how familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
They get to know their pastor. And the sad thing about it, sometimes they get to know him too well.
Yeah. Amen. Amen. Right there.
And they try to make him or her one of them.
Yeah.
And God never intended that to be. To a great extent, many times they'll take the authority that God needs only for himself to discipline or straighten the pastor out.
Yeah.
And it gets to be very difficult for pastors to really enjoy their ministry when those